Alright, time once again to make an update on the situation that lies ahead of us in the markets and how we can be capitalizing on these potential opportunities that can be happening in the next couple of days. As usual, I'll try and keep this recording as educational as possible. But before going to the analysis, first of all, there is disclaimer explaining that trading foreign exchange and the global financial market is considered high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor, and this webinar is for educational purposes only. Now, going straight into the charts, what we are trying to analyze right now is the AUD-USD monthly time frame. And from here, we can see clearly that the market has made this nice impulse and correction to the upside. Now, one more thing that we can notice here is that the market has just printed this candle here with a long wick and a small body. Now, when you have a candle like this, usually what happens is that the next candle will try to fill in the wick. So from a monthly perspective, we do expect that price could continue to the upside. Going down into the weekly time frame, what do we have? Now, from a weekly perspective, what we can see from here is that price broke this area, acted as a resistance, and then price broke to the upside, creating this fake breakout back to the downside, and then going back again to this area. So currently right now we are testing this previous resistance again, so keep that in mind. Even though that from the monthly perspective we do expect a continuation to the upside, but from this weekly perspective we are currently testing a resistance area. Now, going into the daily time frame, what do we see? And from a daily perspective, the market has just printed a pattern here, which I would love you to see. Which now, this is the pattern the market has created. Now, generally speaking, when the market creates this kind of pattern, what you do expect is for the market to come to make some lower lows again before eventually continuing to the upside to create this inverse head and shoulders. So what we do expect from here is for the market to create this nice inverse. This area should act as a support for another impulse to the upside. So we do expect to get some longing opportunities from what we've been able to analyze from this monthly, weekly, and daily time frame. So how are we going to be approaching these longing opportunities that we can be having from the AUD-USD? Now, we will need to go into the 4-hour time frame. Why 4 hours? Because monthly, weekly, and daily time frame are the better time frame when it comes to the direction of the market. But when it comes to confirmation and entry, the better time frames will be the intraday time frames, such as the 4-hour. So what we'll be doing right now is drawing this counter trend line, and we'll be waiting for the market to possibly break out of this make a break out of this trend line here, and possibly also retesting this broken trend line here. Now, on the retest of this trend line, which we do expect to break at some point in time, on the retest here is where we'll be taking our longing opportunity and targeting this area here. While this area, let me quickly show you that, because keep in mind that from the monthly perspective, from the daily perspective, we did make this impulse to the upside, and then here, so we can see from here that the market made this impulse to the upside, and if we take our Fibonacci from the low of this impulse to the high of this impulse, we can see clearly that the market has retraced to this 50 feet level. Now, what you can do if you want to find possible target area after an impulse and correction is to reverse the Fibonacci. And if we do that, if we reverse our Fibonacci again, we can see clearly that this area is the minus 272 first target area, which is at 7502. So this is our first target area. Now this is how we will be approaching this trade. I'll probably be sending another post again when this setup eventually plays out. But for now, if you do have any comments or suggestion, feel free to let me know. Cheers, and see you in my next updates.